because you see this. It makes me happy because you see this in panels all the time.
What?
With the headphones thing, because they're always like, it's like every other time they're like, I can't hear shit right now, and they're just shouting to a room they can't see. I don't experience this thing. Never mind.
Okay, well, the thing that I said was when I have my headphones on, I can't hear myself, so I'm all shouty. But if I leave one off, then I can't hear you very well.
Why do I not have this problem?
I'm a mess. I think because they're like sound canceling a little bit as well.
That's hilarious. So we're waiting on Corbett.
Yes.
And I say that like, she's expected to deliver something other than her wonderful presence. She isn't. Hi guys. I feel like I had tweeted out like chat edition because I feel like lately we've been doing these and we're so like focused on like, okay, we have this amount of time because time zones, and I never prepare and get people lined up ahead of time. So it's like, okay, then the next person, then we're gonna talk to the next person, and we never see what the chat is saying. Hello, you glorious fuckers. How has life been? No, I have sound but no video. Try refreshing. Comma tech support. Your hair is so long, Pineapple.
It is. I haven't had long hair since I was a child, and I've been growing it out, and it's just it's just growing a lot, and I don't know what to do with it, and I should probably cut it.
You should ask Jaden Lund, who yesterday, when you tweeted, "Do you know that you're my favorite meme?" Was that about the whole "what's real" thing?
Yes.
He fucking tweets back now, like she's like, "Do you know you're my favorite meme?" He's like, "Now I do." Precious Angel. Like it's like I DM that to literally everyone. It's like Precious Angel. Like
I can't believe you just said my name correctly.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Name.
Pineapple. It starts with an A.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad.
I took 3 years of French and failed all of them with gusto.
Did you listen? If Rob and Rich were able to do it,
were they though?
They did actually. Rob like nailed it, much better than Rich did. Here. Hi, Corbett.
Hi, friend. How are you doing? Is she quiet or just me?
She's quiet.
Okay.
I just heard some grumbling.
We'll wait. Oh, hi, Lori. I'm gonna narrate the chat while we figure out why Corbett's quiet. I'm putting a lot of pressure on you, Corbett. I understand that you and machines don't get along. No, so let me just actually, Pineapple, why don't you say hello to the chat while I help Corbett fight with the scary box.
Hi, chat.
I see that face, buddy.
There are so many buttons.
I know, buddy. We're gonna figure it out.
Oh, Corbett and buttons do not mix. I watched her try to read a Google Maps at once, and then we got lost in Vegas at 4 a.m.
Oh, that was several hours. It was terrifying. I thought you were dead.
You did not.
I did. You don't know? You found a Denny's there was a Denny's 1 block away, and there was a Denny's over a mile away. And several hours later, you found the one over a mile away, probably out of sheer chance. Not that I'm disparaging your directional skills, other than I totally am. You scare me, guys.
I had been there before, so I was just sort of honing in on it.
Alright, I think we can hear okay now. That or I've gotten used to it. But let me make sure there aren't any settings that we can fix. Mute is not what I want. Present to everyone. That's an option. How I do this thing? Ooh. No, I just muted you.
You told me to talk to the chat, but like...
Ooh, I turned her mic
up. We can't both do this at the same time.
No, I turned Corbett's mic up, though. I'm really impressed with myself.
You can do that?
Apparently. Corbett, say a thing.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, I did some technical shit Check that shit out,
did.
motherfuckers. I am a wizard.
10 out of 10 fake hosting.
Yes! It's... Oh, I made the title. What did I make the title? I can't see it. Oh, fake radio. Holy fuck, it's been like a year. It's because... Not because since we've done this, but since we started doing this. We have not gotten actually any better at it.
No.
At all.
We've probably gotten worse.
Yes. I think that is probably objectively true.
Okay. Now that we have...
Mhm.
God, I feel like I'm yelling.
You're not yelling.
Okay.
I
Now
can
that we
turn
have...
down your mic. Don't mind me. Just have some skills. I just, it's no big deal.
Taylor wants you to notice her.
Taylor. Taylor Harbin. I'm noticing the fuck out of you. Does it feel good? It feels awkward for me.
Yeah. Hi, Hex. Hi, Alila. Dimitri.
Yes. Tasha's not bitten yet overcome with power.
Hi, Steffi.
Corbett, you're gonna have to transcribe R2 talking about you.
Yes, she is. Yes, she is. Have you listened to it yet? Have you listened to the panel? Okay, you were in the panel room while they talked about you. You were so hammered.
So very. You don't understand. That drink came with its own special effects, and it was. Wow. I mean,
if you guys missed didn't see fake radio while we were at San Fran, the bartender Larry. We met the bartender Larry on the first day, me and Cam, and he's like, "Are you here for the Supernatural convention?" We're like, "Yeah," and he's like, "Yeah, I love that show. I stopped watching after they killed Kevin." And we were like, "Yeah, our people." High five, freeze frame, great moment. Tweeted it out. People were really excited about it. Show Larry. Larry's also very excited. He's like, "This is a fine introduction to stardom. I'm really taking to it." Like,
he really did get his own fandom.
He did. And for the rest of the con, he would be really, really nice to us. Sometimes that meant a strong application of magical alcohol. He handed us these drinks that were like blood red.
There was dry ice.
There was dry ice, so it was like making a noise and doing a smoky thing. And we already had drinks, but we drank those too, and we're definitely drunk. Like 15 minutes into the thing.
This is the thing. I ordered a beer. I don't like. I have a very like an equilibrium. Like I understand, what I'm capable of, and I'm very like particular. I don't like requirements when it comes to drinks. I don't do cocktails. I don't trust anything with more than two ingredients.
2 ingredients.
I'm a whiskey soda.
Hmm?
That's what I drink. You can't fuck it up, and you know exactly what's happening to you as it happens. It was like, in order to be polite, right? And it was like a beautiful thing. He clearly put effort into it, and I thought, sure, why not? And it was innocuous as all hell, and very easy to just drink. And then
it was really good.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so then when we leave, and Larry puts them in a one that's the size of 1.5 of them in a to-go cup. I go outside and smoke a cigarette. I'm back. Corbett has downed the whole thing in 8 minutes or less. And she's got laser eyes, is a little wobbly, and on a fucking mission. She didn't know what it was, but she was on it.
Well, that's the thing. It was the most pleasant kind of drunk as well, because I was delightful, I think.
From my perspective, because we had just done radio, and you guys were pleasantly tipsy. And then and then 20 minutes later, you're DMing me like you're fucking hammered. I'm like, how?
She was hammered.
I was just talking to you, and you were fine. And it was just
it was under 8 minutes. I came back inside. She was hammered, and she's like standing very still, so you know. And she's like, and I'm like, where'd it go, Corbett? And she's like, I drank it. I mean, the fear in my face is probably.
Yeah, I don't remember this. I do have our conversation log with Pineapple, which Lua has read, and yes, so that will haunt me, and I might share it just for shits. Because I am hilarious, or was in that moment.
Yes, you were.
It was just random, like association, and I just Pineapples. Like, I get really serious.
Yes.
I had it somewhere, but it's a lot of like pineapples. I miss you. and just like, oh yes. There's a whole Boar spray Borja thing that I saw Scout's face, and in that moment I needed to tell her just how important that piece of art is to me, and that it possesses magical properties. And I am convinced of this. Like, that's the thing, is I am completely serious.
Yep.
And was throughout like the whole like simultaneous conversations I was holding. And that's the thing is, yes, I was in the panel room. You asked me if I was in the panel room, and I was like, I'm here. Things will happen around me.
Yep. It was factually accurate. They did.
So Pineapple's like keeping me level, right? As I'm just, everything that comes into my head, she's just processing, just like reassuring me it's okay.
I think
Things are all right.
I was mad 18 times in a row. It's like a conversation.
I was concerned
with a goldfish.
Okay.
It was adorable, though.
We can show you your DMs from, and I'll start talking shit about drunk DMs. Like, I do not have the like a fucking elephant graveyard of skeletons in that closet, but like, you're utterly adorable ones from the Swain show in New York.
Oh, me.
So excited about Stripes.
Yeah, I'm not.
so pumped.
Oh my god.
All right.
That's the thing is, I can't tell when Pineapple's drunk, really?
You can't tell when you're drunk, other than your level of like stillness and fear. Like, there's a focus there that it's like.
Oh my god, Scout is here. All caps yelling. I just got in here. Are we talking about Drunk Corbett? Yes, this is fake radio.
Hold on, let me get my phone, because like I preserved this.
I want to see it. I'm inviting Tasha in because I'm going to be terrible and smoke a cigarette, but also I want to talk to Tasha, so don't let her leave. Fuckers.
It's funny that you bring up the Stripes thing, because Tasha apparently said something to Billy about going to the next New York show, and that something about how she had to go since Billy saved her friend's life last time, which is how Tasha refers to the time that Billy saw my phone charge cable hanging out of my bag and handed it to me so that I wouldn't trip on it. And then Tasha was like, oh my god, you saved her life.
You don't know what might have happened. You don't know.
I don't actually remember this happening, but it did. And then when she said that to Billy, apparently Billy said Stripes gotta stick together.
That's the best thing.
I love that Billy still remembers.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry, you go ahead, Corbett. I was trying to fill time.
Oh, so like I saved my favorites.
Oh gosh. Oh, I'm
so if I can like do dramatic. See, the thing is, I amuse the shit out of myself. Because this isn't me.
Same.
It's just a you me.
It's a big fan.
So I'm writing Pineapple, and I'm like, I'm off my face. She agrees with me. I'm like, Rich is making noises, and I am things. All the noises. All of them pineapples. She goes, I'm watching the stage it. Are they drunk too? I said, I sure as fuck hope so. And it just spirals. So yeah, it's a lot of me going like Pineapple, and you reassuring me you're not mad at me. And I'm like, I miss you. It's like Novocaine Pineapple. I'm sitting in my seat, and things will happen around me. I don't know what was in Larry's drink, but it was a lot. And then this is like hours. The thing is, like, that thing, not only was it like packed a wall at the beginning, but like it kept going with me. So like reassure her I have adult supervision. Oh, and then there was the whole thing we did an op. Oh god, that was not. There's this whole part where she explains to me how hugs function because I was concerned. I was deeply, deeply concerned. So we had an op with Rob and Rich, and I was.
How did that go?
Oh my god. Okay, so
there was like some like Geneva Convention level negotiating going on to get her into that fucking room.
Because, and this is the thing, because I completely shit-faced, like completely shit-faced, and still I had the self-preservation to go like, I should not be in that room. And that's the thing. It's like I'm not a poorly behaved drunk at all. I'm very
You're slightly more
affable.
Victorian.
Am I? No, my vocab like goes through the roof. It's amazing. So certainly, so I'm still. I'm not going to be an embarrassment to anyone but me. But I know that like I should not go in there, and yet Lou is persuasive.
I threatened.
So
I had to
yeah,
threaten. We look awful in our photo, but it was really adorable at the time. We look real shitty. But
Fucking DM it to me.
the interaction was great. And Corbett, in a last-ditch effort for self-preservation, nabbed Schmelke for the photo, and he was very happy.
Aww.
No, I what did I say to him though? Because I don't know, but
I don't know, but I
What
imagine it
happened
was
in the
very
photo op?
it was like, won't you join us? Like it was very, very bizarre, and I feel terrible about it. And I told you, like afterwards, like started drunkenly composing like an apology letter to him.
Yes.
That turned into, because I at the moment was very, very concerned for Schmelke's well-being and needed to tell him about Larry in an effort to save him from the same,
Can you call Larry a saboteur?
like a saboteur. Yes.
God, is there evidence of this letter somewhere?
Please tell me you saved it.
No, because it's even worse. I tried to describe the drink to him so he could be wary, really. I was like, it tastes of red. It was so awful. It was so
red.
so awful. So I meant to just be like, hey, if it was me as myself, I just would have been like, hey, like, oh, that was kind of a mess. Thanks for doing me a solid. But it was like this really elaborate. No, thank Christ. I'd embarrassed myself quite enough, but yes, needed to know about Larry and the potential there, and I was attempting to save him from the same indecency I had myself encountered, and it was brutal. But no, Schmelke was lovely, and I remembered that, and we went Pineapple's direction was to hug Rich, and this was not I had up until this point.
Did it not occur? What happened? No one's told me what's happened in this song.
I want to hear this.
Well, I don't. I've never.
Do you know?
I did one off with Rich. Vaguely. And I don't. It's important to me. I don't even know how to explain this. Other than like I have got pages and pages of talking to you about touching this man because it's not a thing that I ever wanted to do. Shut up, Dad.
Phrasing.
Out of
Phrasing.
respect.
Pages and pages
Respect and also like saving myself
man.
from like no, because I did not want to. But off my face with Lua, just I don't know how I ended up in that room, and Pineapple's direction that we all hug Rich. I was like, yes, just went for it, and it was horrifying.
Did you touch him?
Yes.
I'm so proud.
We're so proud. We're so proud. I want to see this up.
Because I'm writing you.
Oh my God. See it, but I want to see it.
Well, Drunk Me wrote you, and I'm like, I should not have touched. Not for touching.
Oh yeah, you were very.
And
upset.
you're like, I was so upset. And you're like, it's no big deal. That's like that is quite common with hugs. When putting arms around another's torso, that can occur. It's fine. So she's like being like medical, like straight facing this shit.
Because you put,
and I was
you
like,
put your hand on his stomach, and then you felt very inadequate. like you'd over.
My exact words were, "That fucking bartender, I did not ask for this."
I love that the person least likely to get to a photo op absolutely fucking shit-faced is Corbett.
Because I don't get drunk, and I also don't do photos. But those two things
I
together.
know, and it's beautiful. It's a beautiful story. I love it.
No, really. So my memories, yes, being in the room and asking Schmelke like very formally if he would be so kind as to join us.
Scout
Like
just
those
said,
were very, very nearly exact words.
Scout just said Larry turned you into a floozy, Corbett.
Drinking all the
I
things,
am
touching all the people.
disgraced.
From the perspective of Robin, they were probably
I have no idea what they were like. Lou told me afterwards that like they tried to do like they mostly crowded around her because I was just like full on rich, like yes, this is happening, and sort of crowded on that side. And something happened that made Schmelke realize that he was not where he needed to be, and so he relocated to my side, which was really for the best. And a picture was taken. I saw it afterward, at dinner. It was all I remember is like Rich is making a distressed face, not out, which I take personally. It pains me, you fuckers. But I know, like logically, I know that it's just the prompt. Everybody hug Rich, like that is his thing to react with discomfort.
yeah. When everybody's hugging him, he always looks like, oh god.
So many
Like
mistakes.
he did in karaoke when that one girl was like latched onto him, and he was like, "Are you sure I'm not I'm not Matt Cohen? Are you sure that I'm who you want to be hugging?" He just doesn't handle affection well.
Yeah. Oh no, like I was entirely appropriate in the yes, with that. But no, they talked to us a bit afterward. I remember I called Rob by his name, which struck me as odd in the moment because I was just like, hey, I don't know, I don't know, it's weird. Because
Rich
really,
called you by your name?
no, I called Rob by his name. So Rob hugged me, and then Rich thanked me and hugged me, but I don't really remember that. And then Schmelke afterward gave me a big hug because it was just a mess. I was so really, at least from my perspective. You'll have to get Lewis because like she was not like presented with a to-go cup.
We are absolutely getting her perspective.
Please do. Please do.
To be fair, Corbett, you didn't drink much of the to-go cup.
Didn't she down the whole thing? 'Cause that's what
I
Lewis
downed
said.
She sure
the
did not.
whole thing.
Abby drank it.
Were there
Because
two?
we were
It's
standing-
possible there were two.
No, there was only
Okay.
one. Because we were standing.
What the
waiting
hell
for
was
Lua.
in this? I need to know. Just
Lua disappeared, and I think she went to the
Okay.
bathroom. You were very not sober. And Abby was like, "I'm gonna take this," and she chugged probably
okay, good.
3/4 of it, and then gave you the rest.
Why is there a bucket of mimosas?
Okay,
Like
so,
what?
so it wasn't actually a bucket of mimosas, but he didn't have any wine glasses. It's Larry, and so he didn't have any of like the champagne glasses or whatever. He just had like the whiskey bucket glasses. And so when he was like, "All I have is a bucket glass," and I was like, "Bucket of mimosas, we'll take that." And so then he was like, "Okay." So then he hands us like big whiskey glass that's like, it's probably like this much this much champagne and then like a splash of orange juice. And that was right before Abby had her Jensen meet and greet, so she couldn't drink all of hers. And so I had like 1.5 buckets of mimosas, and it was very effective. And this
Sure
is
it
at like
was.
10 o'clock in the morning.
Oh my god.
Larry is very good at his job.
Larry was incredible. And he only charged us for one of the drinks, too. He was so good. Like, we had like 3 buckets of mimosas, and we only paid for one. Good job, Larry.
Corby, do you remember going to the Kings of Con panel?
I remember sitting there. I remember sitting there texting you, and someone handed me a sticker, and it was just like I was so moved in that moment by that gesture. So I actually, no. So I'm aware that I was there. I know Lua went up, and at some point they said my name.
I just said Larry lives with Tasha now.
Was Alelia asked? She said Larry was tipped well, right? And I was like, Larry was taken care of. And I was like, wait, that sounds dirty.
Larry was taken care of.
Sorry, Larry. You've been adopted.
Go ahead, Corbett. Sorry, I interrupted.
No, I don't know. So no, I couldn't tell you. That's it's really, there's just like a 3-hour window that's really foggy about that con.
Mm-hmm.
Most everything else is there.
I ended up leaving right in the middle of the Kings of Con panel, and I didn't realize that like I would have to leave while there was a panel going on. So I was like, I didn't say goodbye to anybody. Sorry, y'all.
So, Corby, you did not notice that Rich literally called you out on stage while you were in the room?
But at the moment, it did not seem strange or really like. No, my entire focus was like on
thanks,
you.
Bro.
Well, kind of.
Thanks, bro. You're
Well,
pretty cool
again,
too.
because like I'm having this emotional crisis with you about stomach, and it was just very strange. And
we got through it.
Yeah, I was just like trying to maintain, and like really, my window of focus is like right here.
I sent you one of my photo ops.
No, it couldn't have been happening. I don't know. My timeline's all screwed, but no, I was talking to you, and I knew Lua was up there, and things were happening, and he said my name, and it was like, huh. And then I not to be ungrateful or anything. It was just I could not. Lua, please tell them what happened because I don't know.
When?
In the photo op.
What happened in the photo op is after a lot of threats, a lot of, like public threats, like there were people around. It's like people like were coaching me, like had my back.
See, in my mind, I was wholly like on board, complacent. Like
No. You were bargaining our friendship over this, and I was like, I'm gonna push this.
Good for me. Oh, I'm so proud of drunk me.
Yes, you were assertive.
Oh man, I'm a fighter.
You are a fighter. What happened was we went in the room and I distracted you by pointing out other people's very unexpected photo ops. Because there were one of them involved like a big like scythe sort of thing. I don't know that I ever got context. Oh, and also Rich's kids were running around and playing with Kat, and she's super good with kids, and they were just like batting each other around, which served as distraction from the beginning of the line to the end of it. And I think by that time Corbett had accepted her fate. And so I walked up to Rob and Rich and I was like, "Hi, we're drunk. She's terrified." And
at least we were aware. Thank you for the like preamble there.
Amazing.
Oh no, I played Pineapple, the audio of me telling Rich about the book before he got on the bus and called you the fuck out very publicly. It was very satisfying. Look at the grin on her face. It's a good thing. We were debating how much I had embarrassed you with my enthusiasm before I played. But no, we got up there and I was like, "Hi, we're drunk. She's terrified." And because they're them, the consummate professionals, they were like, "Okay." And like they were like, "We got this." They're just like that adorable sort of soft, like, "Okay, we know how to deal with this because they like you." And then you were grabbing Schmelke in a very sincere way. I don't know what you said, but you were very serious.
Not physically grabbing, right? Like just
no. Like you would lean in and be like, "We're gonna do this thing."
Okay.
And I told him what we were doing is hugging the shit out of Rich, and because Rich is himself, he would like
That's a great
And there was
impression.
an awkward moment where you were on one side of Rich and I was on the other, and Rob was behind me and Schmelky was behind him, and Schmelky was like, "This is weird. I'm gonna go over there." And he went on the other side. And then Rob hugged me, and I said, "I'm sorry. I think I just grabbed you in a weird way," and I demonstrated again by doing it again. By like grabbing his hip. You just throw out an arm, right? And he was like, "No, it's okay." Like, you're special. And he just gave me a hug, like, "You are troubled." Gave me a hug. And then I turned to Rich. Rob was hugging you, and you were very mentally somewhere else, but very gracious about it. I don't think you were aware that it happened at all. Rich said, "Thank you, Lua," and then he hugged you, and then you sort of, I think in sort of behind the eyes kind of way, just physically, like, sort of concaved in a spiritual sense. Like, and then we walked out, and I had a stupid look on my face, and you were sort of I think, just on like a different plane, but like, but was that okay? But also grinny because some part of your brain was sort of there.
Transcended.
But it was very sweet, and they were very patient with us. And
they must have been, because fuck.
Scout says, "You full body tackled Schmelky and screamed." No, they were very kind about it, because I think they're just used to the struggle bus. Like, "Hi, we're drunk, we're weird, please make this okay." And they do, because...
No, the thing is, like, I would believe you. Like, if you told me that's what I had done, I would believe you. And I would have to send, like, consolation.
No, like I said, when you're drunk, you just become slightly more free. Oh, hey, Tasha.
Hi.
How you doing, buddy?
You're good.
You have festive lights.
Hmm?
Yeah, I like your festive lights.
Thanks.
Oh, they're nice. How was San Fran for you?
San Fran was good.
Cool.
I didn't really attend the con much. I spent most of the time in the bar, which made for an
It was a good
amazing
place to
weekend.
I did attend the con.
I bar conned. And
That should be a new phrase.
I think Saturday I literally went from I went to brunch, and then I came back, and then I found Kit, and then we went to happy hour, and then I came back, and then I changed, and then I went to the bar. So yeah, it was great. I think I remember most of it.
Oh, we had so much fun with those con parents. Was that
We did, and I didn't see them again.
Right?
Yeah, I saw the kids again, and the kids told me all about how there's a boy and a girl, and it's their first con. And I don't know if any of y'all saw the video, but we met these parents that were just there for the kids to attend the con. And they were so fucking funny. And they were genuinely interested in fandom, and they were just full of sass and booze. And the dad was really fucking funny. And we're talking all about cons for like a good hour. And the next day I see the kids, just, this, like, they're 16-year-old twins or whatever, and they're just adorable, whatever. And they're just so enthusiastic about every aspect of it. And the girl's like, "Yeah, my dad last night, we've only ever, in the boy goes, we've only ever seen him drunk like twice, but he was gone. And he snuck them into the auditorium after bar closed. So this is like 3 a.m. Snuck them into the auditorium and gets the girl to go up on stage, and he's like, hit the drums. And she's like, "Dad, no." And he's like, "Stand next to the cutout of Jensen, give him a kiss." And he's like, "We'll take a picture." And he's just fucking with her, and she's running around in socks in this auditorium. I cannot imagine how they got in there, because typically the doors are locked and there's security. But he brought the kids in there.
Oh, wow.
This shit-faced, utterly hilarious guy, and he's like, they're egging them on, and she's like, "Okay, Dad, it's time to go." And he knocks over chairs to like try to fuck with her. Like, this is the best thing I have ever heard. And they're they're telling me this with like real fear of like, I don't know if we're gonna be allowed back. We really liked it though. It was super
They kept
cute.
coming up and showing me their photo ops. It was so cute.
Yes,
Look
yeah,
at
it was the
this one,
cutest
look
thing.
at this one, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, and the poor kids were like, "Oh, we only saw him for like 5 seconds." And I was like, "Yeah, that's how that goes."
That's
And
kinda
like
how it
next year we're doing
works.
all the photo ops, and I was like, "That's like 40 whole seconds," and you could see it sink in. But then I told them that meet and greets were a thing, and they're like, "We're gonna do those next time. We just have to sell a leg or something, and not bring Dad, who I just super enjoyed."
Me and Abby were sitting next to this girl. She was like 15, and it was her first con, and her parents had bought her tickets, and she was like, "I'm like addicted. I have to come back. Like, I think I have to get a job because I have to come back." And I was like, "Oh, honey, yeah."
Welcome.
Oh, honey.
Oh,
She's like, "How many cons have you been to?" And I was like, "Oh God, this
how many, Tessa?
huh?
How many?
7."
Okay.
I was like, but that was like, yeah.
I have no idea. Like maybe 13, 30. I have no fucking clue.
Corbett, how
There's
many?
far
4?
beyond the point of dignity.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
will say that.
What'd you say,
I mean,
Corbett?
7 in like the last 2 years. So I kind of just
Oh,
went
same.
hard,
Four.
like real fast.
I'm trash. I have no sense of self-preservation.
I'm going to 2 in the beginning
Corbett
of
and I were talking to this nice girl named Katie, and she's like says what everyone says, which is like, I told my husband I was just gonna go to one of these, and I've got the kiddos and I got a job, and we're like, no, everyone says that, and she's like, yeah, no, I hear that, but I mean, I really think this is just gonna be my one time. And we're like, yeah, no, everyone says that.
That's a lie.
No, you're still on script. And she's like, I hear you. I'm just not one of those people. I'm like, nope, still saying the lines. That is part of the course. Welcome to the dumpster. So
Welcome to the Dumpster.
yes.
We need a parody cover of Hotel
Unicorn
California,
pose.
Oh
but
my
with
god.
supernatural cons.
I love this so much.
Oh, tell them about that. Did you tell them about that?
So this is my unicorn pose that I do before every karaoke. I post a picture of me doing the hands. And so I walked up and they were like, "Great costume." And I was like, "Thanks." And then I was like, "Can we do the unicorn pose?"
Didn't
And
Matt
Matt's
call
like,
you?
"What the fuck is a unicorn pose?"
Didn't Matt call you Madam Unicorn or something?
Yeah.
It's so cute.
And so I was like, I go like this. And they're like, all right, get in. And so then they did the thing. And it's like, I think it's my favorite op ever. Like, of all of
It's
my
so
ops.
good.
Show the
With
screen
the-
again so I can make it on screen. Oh, that's some cute shit right there.
Look at that
I love
face.
it. He knows
Rick
Tasha's
is really serious about hitting that pose.
I sure was. Julia. And then this one.
Oh.
What are you doing? It looks like you're touching dicks.
Oh,
No.
no, how dare you? No.
It's a beautiful thing. No, it's from the,
You're making it weird. You made everyone uncomfortable.
And Skyward. He touches fingers with his daughter.
You made it weird because I haven't seen that.
But I was like, it
Feel weird
was
about it now.
Pineapple's idea. And
Yep, sink it in.
it was a great
Got it.
idea because he was very happy that I had seen Skyward and that I had also peddled it to all of the children that I babysit.
Good, yeah, that's wholesome. We could just gloss over this.
Way to make it weird.
Have I mentioned how? I don't know how many people I sent this to, but there's video, and it's not. In my defense, any video of like the dads on. Oh my fucking god. On the bus tour, but like, so there's audio of it, and it's just like after I'd given Rich the book of the things, and he's like understood that it's not just random quotes from cons, but it's all him. And he's just fucking thrilled about it. And like he stops paying attention for a good 40 minutes because he's just like reading. But a few minutes onto the bus, after he like zeroes in on Corbett and basically just traumatizes her in a friendly way, in a really sweet, friendly way. He's like, my favorite part of like the audio of this thing is like, so I'm telling Rich about it, and it's like a good solid 5 minutes getting onto the bus, because we're like trailing, and he's sort of like standing next to me and flipping through it, like in the way that he's reading it, but we're still like in a conversation, I guess. But so we get on the bus and he talks to Corbett about it. And she's really adorable. And then he goes to sit down, and just he stops paying attention immediately. Like, he's no longer Rich engaging the bus tour. He's like, Rich is reading himself. He's busy right now. And there's just this moment of the audio where you can hear him distantly yell, like, I was funny at JaxCon. He was like real fucking proud. Just getting a kick out of it. And like, he was just in that shit for like,
JaxCon was the day of the Women's March, wasn't it? Or the weekend of the Women's March?
was it?
He was very vocal about it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But they
those were
immediately
good
went
intros.
into a live reading, and they were like, he was just like fanning over himself. He's like, I was great. I did real good. Like, he didn't
He
say
did
it quite
do a
like
good
that,
job.
but
He
it was
should be
like
proud.
yelling sort of spate kind of way, like, I was funny. And like, so Rob is trying to like engage the bus, and Rich is busy. Like, he's like, Bobo, I have the veritable Bible here, not the actual Bible, but the gospel. Like, it's
It's the
perfect.
gospel of the High Church of Holy Dick.
It
Yes.
really is.
Yes. I'm so disproportionately proud of that. I had no follow up there. That was it. Julia can't join us because she's being a responsible adult who is doing homework. He was funny at JaxCon.
Super funny.
We actually thought we ruined him for the next 2 days because he'd been reading the transcripts, and his like the intros were like they were
They
not
took
what you'd
different
expect.
tone.
They took different tone. But Sundays, which is normally about J2, like we just sat there like punching the back of each other's chairs because it was so fucking good. And I uploaded the video of it. I haven't put it on YouTube yet because it's a shitty video, but it was so sweet. He spent the entire Sunday intro where he would normally be up inside the conjoined anus of J2, was actually just really proud of, like, he's like, we made this thing and it's really good and it's better than the other things, and let me sincerely compliment Loudon Swain. And like, they had time to kill because Sam Smith was late for photo ops, and so they played one song, which was Trigger Finger for Rich, when he went off stage. It's such a, like, we sat there making stupid faces the entire 20 minutes, which we thought was going to be late, or short rather, because of the late panel. Went for a full-on 20 minutes. It was just sweet as hell. I'm going to post it. It's absolutely worth listening to. You listen to the first one of the year, Jax, and the last one of the year, SF, and it's just like stupid heart feelings.
Dads.
Dads.
The only thing that sucks about Swain in New York is that Rich won't be there.
I know.
Like,
Yeah.
things outside of cons are so great, but like, where's
They're
Rich?
so cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Like, I wish Rich was there and Brianna.
There was a thing, I was rereading the one of the R2M transcripts, and it was like, I don't know how it came up, but it was something about like Richard Spate presents the Station Breaks. Gosh, it's great.
Aww.
There's a visual for days. You're welcome.
I'm really excited about Swain NYC because if they're following the same model they did with Station Breaks, which I believe they are, they have a VIP, like a 1-hour VIP thing before the show where they did a Q&A, just
Which
like
has
a
been
panel.
so good.
And so good. So that means we will finally get a Swain panel, 2 Swain panels in a row, at least. And then
Please Periscope
probably
this.
more in a-
Please video this. I'm still trying to, like, there's so much. I have this, like, fucking 40 item spreadsheet of the last tour that Station Breaks did, collecting all the video, because, like, I'm going to cut all this together. I still haven't even gotten, like, the Saturday show cut together. But,
like, just
it's
that,
beautiful footage. And
that
it's so
one, the video you did of the one of Long Train Running was so cool.
Well, I'm going to do a whole show like that because Krista sent me her uncompressed footage of the wide shot. So I have the entire show in 3
It's
different
cool
angles.
just because the variety of angles there.
That's what I'm
ended up
saying. I
being.
have a whole show like that. Just one show of the entire tour, but I have it all in HD as 3 different angles, the entire hour and 10-minute show. It just takes a lot of time and effort to cut together, but I'm working on it. It's so fucking good. It's so good.
I feel like the first night I had like this fear of recording. I was like, are we allowed to? Are they going to mind? Like, I was just terrified of recording. And also, I was standing 2 feet away from Rob, directly in front of him, and I did not want to point a camera at him while they were just answering questions. I felt too inadequate. I have audio of it. The second night, I think Krista also posted her video of that.
Yes,
But I
and I
think
do
people
have
were feeling-
audio of Rob. I think the segment was called Ask Bobo, on the bus tour, which was the portion where it was a good 10 minutes where a fan would ask something like, "Tell us about your last Loud and Swain CD," and Rich would translate. "So, Robbo, this is a question. When a girl likes a boy, and they've been texting for a while, but it's not like too serious," and he would go into this incredibly great detail, like maybe he'd been thinking about this, but it's like 3 different questions. They're like 40 fucking seconds just to express on Rich's part. Where the answer is Rob tries to answer the fan's actual question, but within the frame of the bullshit Rich has provided. And it's you can DM me if you want that. It's hilarious. But
oh, that bus tour. No, I was just thinking, like, we spent a whole segment last radio on it, and still there's just so much there.
There's so much. It was so good. If you get a chance to do that, it's worth spending the money.
Okay.
Fuck meet and greets. Do that thing. Absolutely. It's worth the horrifying Bubba Gump shrimp experience. All right. Chat's going to sleep. I don't know that I have anything particular else to say. I just felt like bullshitting. I missed you guys. Fuckers.
Aw.
Gross.
Gross feelings.
Gross. Any,
Well, we did have Christmas Con this weekend, which I don't really.
did.
Oh yeah.
I didn't really listen to.
It's just I'm still like absorbing the last fucking thing. It was just
one thing after
like,
another.
there's so much.
Like, yeah.
That's
Just a
that's
lot
a
of
super fast
photos.
turnaround for the faves.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Matt was talking about that in the RTM meet and greet. Like, I think like he sort of got this vibe that Rob and Rich were like, maybe dial that back. But he's like, so basically we literally never see our families. And it's like, even just going to it maybe a quarter of the cons that you do a year, I'm still like catching up with. I don't know how they live. I don't get it.
It's so much.
It's a lot. I didn't see much about it either. Dimitri.
I've seen lots of cute pictures, but I think those are mostly Lex's.
Yeah, Lex and is it Cracking with the Plan? Christian and Shaken Not Stirred, which I always read as Sharks Not Turd.
I just enjoy seeing the photos of them in those ugly Christmas sweaters at Christmas Con every year.
You know, Matt like tries to take one. He just like you can tell. Like, can he secret one away?
I missed Stripe's banter in the chat. What happened?
Rachel, thank you for all the videos you post of Stagits. I know that's not cheap, but it's so appreciated by everyone.
Yes. So much.
You are a blessing.
Sharks
As
are
I eat
tired.
chips into my microphone. Yeah, I just felt like we weren't quite ready for Australia Con yet. Like,
yeah, it's just,
because I feel like it came on so fucking quickly.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting it was happening until I saw more pictures of it on my timeline, and I was like, "There's a con happening."
I remember being more
times
excited
are
about it
weird.
last year.
Yeah, it was more
Like
of a
last
thing.
year because they made a big deal out of it because it was like ladies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's
Maybe I just pay more attention to things that Brianna's at
fair.
because I am trash.
No,
Good.
it's fine. They're using all these hashtags and it's hard to follow because they use the AHBL and then Xmas and then Krampus, and I'm trying to follow them all. There are a few really dedicated live tweeters that were phenomenal. And yeah, the audio of I tuned in for the Matt Rich panel.
Was it good?
Matt,
I heard it was
yeah,
great.
Matt was on his game, so
Aw,
it's
bless.
really
He
good.
loves Australia.
And the questions were really solid. What I heard, so yeah, that was nice. Yeah.
So Scout said, I finally know them well enough that I know drunk me will say, hello, good sirs, I am very drunk. I'm sorry, where are the snakes? Because, so the last time Loud and Swine did a Stage It, they said that they would learn Here Come the Snakes for the next one, I
The song
believe.
that they wrote.
I don't believe that is going to happen. I feel like the odds of Rob remembering that he said that.
If you run into Rob, you tell that man that the internet is waiting for the Bean Cam went to a thing like maybe a good month ago, the improv thing he did in LA, and it's like, hey, so do you have those maybe some of those stand up tapes or stand up that you did in the past? And he's like, yeah, maybe all of them. Why? And I was like,
we want them, grabby hands.
What if we wanted to see maybe all of them? Why? And he's like, I'll go look through them. And I heard that he posted on Instagram shortly later that he was going through them. Do not let him forget. I want to see that shit. I want to see early Rob improv or stand up. We're actually showing Cam a video at the bar of that wedding story he tells from a good 3 or 4 years ago, and she's like, "This is a different person. This is stand up Rob. It's utterly different. It's so good.
It's so good because it's not the sort of at cons they try to make it very not PG, but they
clean it up certainly.
Yeah,
there's Rob who doesn't say the word ass, and then there's other Rob.
But Rob
that says talks
Rob
about his fucking cat.
Rob doesn't tell personal stories. He isn't
he does bits.
He does bits, but he pretty much sticks to the topic at hand. So that's what I'd like to see from is kind of the traditional storytelling element.
That's gonna legitimately upset me because I want that so much. I really do. At this point, I've cornered him, Rob, and Rich, Rob, Rich, and Matt about it. And I unfortunately had this extended life crisis since that time, and it's been a good year since having talked to all three of them. But wanting to do in LA a sort of storytelling, sit down bullshit, give us some anecdotes, kind of they're all down, but it's all about the logistics of fucking setting it up and making it profitable and meeting their impossible schedules. So it's you have to show up with a finished product. Here's when, where, and how much, or it's never ever going to happen.
Right.
Which I don't immediately have the resources for, but God, wouldn't that be amazing?
I'd be there so fast.
Oh my God. Just buy this man a bourbon and let him talk. I don't care what the fuck about.
Right?
Literally anything.
Just tell me a story.
Any of them. Yeah. Matt in his meet and greet was he wasn't ready to be done with meet and greet. he was Corbett was there for that.
No, Matt's meet and greets are delightful. I mean, really, he's just so energetic, and unguarded, and we'll talk to you about the thing. Really, I mean, just
literally anything. Some things that you would not expect.
Karaoke, for instance, you'd asked. Oh, I don't know how much we can talk about meet and greets, but you'd asked about the karaoke thing for next year.
I honestly do not give a fuck at all. So.
You'd asked about the karaoke thing, what are we to expect from cartoons? Because we're all very, very confused.
I talk some shit. Yeah.
And he was pretty much the point is to make it more encompassing because they don't really care what you show up as so much as you show up.
He didn't like Space Prom, and I take offense to that.
I don't know that he didn't like Space Prom.
I don't know if he understood.
No, I don't think he did at all.
Self-explanatory. What's your problem, Matt Cohen?
I think it's probably that I led with talking shit. So, what the fuck is cartoons? Is it a pun or is it just horrifying? It's not a theme. You could do literally anything. I may have laid it on a little thick.
But my point, okay, but like he intersperses like talking about the conventions, like as an experience and as like his contributions to them, and also like personal stories and
all his
like,
penis a lot.
reflections.
He'll talk about his penis more than once. Just saying, I've been to 5.
Yeah.
Somehow, no pun intended,
So-
it always comes up.
Josh is dying.
Suddenly, all of Matt's meet and greets sell out.
Whatever it takes. Man deserves it. He's a great storyteller. He's got a different vibe than when he's on stage
The
with our
special tool.
Yeah.
What was it? I can't. He's so extra.
Yes, no, I did say penis. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, no. You too can experience that storytelling. It's, there's no way I'm going to continue that line of thought without like unintended puns. So I'm just going to not. But he's so funny and so like open and so
Cucumber?
probably should have some boundaries and doesn't. But like he's really that I did not know emojis worked in here, Hex. Okay. Is that a
I didn't know there was a cucumber emoji.
is that what that is?
Is it? Well, it's not. It's not an
Thanks, Bones.
eggplant.
No, it is not.
It's not a dark purple eggplant.
Oh.
Is it a pickle?
But yeah, if they don't play Here Come the Snakes at the stage, they have a stage it next week.
Oh, do
I have faith though. Okay, you remember that time?
I don't have faith.
No, you remember that time? I can tell you what kind it was. But Jason wouldn't play Space Jam, but all of a sudden, Jason prompted them to play Taylor Swift "Shake It Off," and like,
Oh, you were so mad
Really?
about that.
I know because I was proud.
Really angry.
No, because Billy and Rob made an honest effort at doing "Shake It Off," like just because it's their like responsibility in that moment, and they they really gave
It's
it
a train
their
wreck,
all,
but
and
they tried.
Sure did.
Oh yes, but that's it. The thing that I love about Rob is whenever he gets flustered, like he just works harder.
He doubles
know?
the fuck down.
He really does.
He didn't know those lyrics. He just
Even if it's like an entirely a cappella version of Carry On Wayward Son, and to include guitar parts.
yeah, he did.
Oh, guitar
Yeah.
parts.
So yeah, and it was just like that's how easy it is. That's how it's done, Jason. Just give the people
But
what they
it's
want.
spite. It's spite driving him. He's never gonna give in. He's
No.
just not like that.
And then at Rockwood, during their karaoke, they played Space Jam, and then he like faked that he was gonna go up to the mic, and just as the song ended, it was like, oh,
It's
or
never
whatever
gonna
he
happen.
did.
It's never gonna
I
happen.
didn't know it was a karaoke option. I have to explore that.
Or when we sang one of the songs from Space Jam in Vancouver, and he was like, "See, I did Space Jam," and I was like, "That does not count, and you know it." And he was like,
He knows.
he was like, "No, sir, you do not get out of that. That
He knows what he did. He's not sorry.
He's never gonna be sorry. He was like trying to feed Rob facts on the bus tour. Like
Oh
he was
my
like sending him screenshots, but only so many fit in the screenshot, so it was like 7.5 facts. And oh no. Anyway, things.
talking about baguettes in the chat. Pineapple.
Baguettes.
Alicia would like
Yes.
you
Okay.
to talk about baguettes.
I guess.
Well,
Why am I talking about baguettes?
I don't know.
don't
Everything's
know.
just awfully phallic in the chat right now, and it's all Lewis' fault.
I don't understand.
It's not my fault. I'm
You
just
said
here.
penis, and the
Alicia,
children
I
are all
need more
reacting.
information. What?
All right, y'all. I'm ready to dip because I'm tired and anxious. But I love you guys, and I'm really actually just gonna end that on an awkward note, I guess.
Eat a dick.
Eat a
Oh,
dick.
okay, we're doing that. Okay. Oh.